Alright, I'm back just a couple minutes later. I was looking at some deciduous trees. Right in this area here I have a honey locust, thorny. I have a elm tree. I have looks like what to be a male hedge. They're all kind of spaced out pretty well. This is a deciduous forest here, so you know I'm making, when I create habitat, I make pockets of trees with pockets of clearings. So to leave a few trees intact, it's not a problem to me. You know, I'm never going to get a whole lot of sunshine down in here. Of course, right there was that big elm tree that I cut off, and I do have the potential for bringing in more sunshine. Right here in front of me, I've got a group of, well, there's a hickory that I hinged over there, but from that hinged hickory there, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 hickories right here in front of me. Now, a lot of people in the habitat world are hickory haters, but I like hickories. So I'll tell you what my intentions are here. That tree in the middle right there, it's a fairly nice hickory tree. And the one right in front of me right here, fairly nice, tall, straight. Got a nice crown. So out of these 10 trees, 2 remain. That would be a good compromise. I'm going to go ahead and take a little walk up that hill right there and shoot a little video of my cedar thicket that I just worked on from up there. Well, since I'm up here on this opposite hillside, I thought I might give you a little peek of this little ridge top. This is an area where I come through, took out many sticks, got piles of them all over the place, but I also left plenty of sticks. You know, there's a little more sunlight coming to the ground, much more browse available, but it's still a little wooded area. Like I say about hinging, I do a little hinging here and there. These little tiny hickory trees, they don't amount to much when they're hinged. Give you a little peek of my little black canyon of my North 40. Across the way over there is Hickory Ridge. And then that transitions into the land of many treasures to the east. Some of these larger trees, when you hinge, gives a little more structure. Deer do relate to structure, kind of like fish relate to structure in a fish pond. I get quite a bit of bedding. I've always had bedding up here on this slope right in here, mostly does, you know, just off of the food plots. Alright, back to work. Okay, here I am standing right down below my new little staging area I created a little bit earlier this morning. And I'm standing above the bottom, which is also where that path and rub line were located. This little area right here, I hinged 5 or 6 little hickory trees, left one standing. Cut down about 5 or 6 hickory trees. The ones I cut down, I just put them on the ground. It's not a problem. You're returning nutrients to the soil and sequestering the carbon back into the ground. Now, what's noteworthy about what I'm doing right here, I'm down on the path right now. This is the path with the rub line. So the little hinges that I made are made to allow the path to continue, but I'm also creating a little bit of structure from the bottom to the top. And what's noteworthy about these hinges here is, for instance, this poison ivy vine was left intact, and I have now brought it down to the ground where it will be deer browse. Same thing over here. These three trees that I hinged in a row, the middle tree ended up snapping off. It was dead. But all three of these trees were intertwined with the same group of grapevines. So what I did is I brought that whole set of grapevines down to the ground. That will be a bird nest. It will be deer browse. Another noteworthy plant, which is nice browse, is this green briar right here. It was also engaged with these three trees, and now it will also be growing down here at ground level for deer browse. And I will kind of do this all the way down my little rub line here. I'm just getting into the group of trees that I said I was going to take care of a little earlier this morning. Okay, so my group of hickories that I was talking about, a few of them got mulched into the ground, a few of them got bent over, and a couple of them stand. Pretty decent compromise between bringing some more sunshine to the ground, diversity of plant life, and making deer habitat. This is at the base, still on the rub line, underneath my new staging area that I created. Not sure if I'm going to be coming back today, but I've completed that work area all the way up to my tree stand up there on this slope. And I'm going into the little deciduous area where I've already cleaned out invasives. So I'm just going to be selecting trees that I want, hinging a few, cutting a few. Before I clear out of here today, wanted to just show you my hinging tool. If I was hinging 100 trees, I'd probably go get one of those fancy hooks. But the hinging I do, most of it's in the back country, hauling more equipment around. That right there is pretty easy to carry, pretty light, pretty easy to use. Toss it 10, 15 feet up over a branch, any branch, wrap it around the trunk, pull them down.